Hi, and welcome to Controlled Chaos. This is our new Pet Start Here series, and this week we're looking at building trust rather than tension. You can't effectively build a training relationship with a dog without trust, and that trust doesn't come from treats. It comes from predictability, it comes from understanding what's expected of them in given situations and what they can expect from you. So, we want to talk about how to start building that relationship and first training steps to really cement that foundation of engagement and communication between you and your dog. First, we want to start with routines. Their world has changed completely. So, establishing what's expected for them now can give your dog something to ground them and build resilience for pattern changes later on. So what does that mean? That means predictability in their daily life. That means setting a routine and generally following it. That doesn't have to be a strict schedule. That can be as simple as when they get up in the morning, they're going to go potty, they're going to have breakfast, they're going to have some crate time, and then they're going to have a short walk around the neighborhood. That can be as simple as before they are crated for bed at night, they get to enjoy a chew with you, like Riz is doing here while his sister watches intently and not at all jealously. That means setting a tone for the day of what they can expect at different times, how much engagement, how much off switch they need, really setting gentle patterns for them to ground themselves and get used to their new environment. And from that grounding in patterns, we can start building engagement. Building engagement is also going to happen with patterns. The first thing that I like to do with any new dog I work with, any new dog in my home, is just start rewarding them for eye contact, not asking them for behaviors, not asking them to do any particular thing, but instead seeing what they offer and when it is a connection with me to reward that. So that can be done in a number of different ways. You can absolutely you can build just an offered attention. If they give you eye contact, you yes and reward them. I always recommend rewarding on the ground in front of them so they are set up to look right back up at you as soon as they've eaten that treat. You can also toss treats. You can put this behavior on cue. You can connect this behavior to their name. You can ask them to engage with you, especially if they're a dog who is maybe not as comfortable with eye contact. You can ask them for a hand target, meaning asking them to touch their nose to your hand and use engagement and response and connection that way. But building those foundations for how does your dog move with you? Does your dog know to look to you in new environments? That's going to be the cornerstone of any skills that you build on as time progresses. The other piece of that, I emphasize a lot of offered engagement here. The other piece of that is allowing your dog choice. So, whether you're introducing something slightly more complex, like building a muzzle behavior, or just looking to walk with them in the woods, try to let your dog choose the interaction. That can be really hard when you have a new puppy or a new dog and you just want to love on them. But it's incredibly important to teach them that their bodily autonomy is going to be respected. They're not in a space where they're going to be scared or grabbed or mishandled or hurt. They need to know that they are physically safe in their environment. So, what does that mean? That means letting them come to you. That means giving them the affection, physical or verbal or otherwise, that it means giving them the affection that they seem to enjoy and that they seek out. That means when you've pet them for a few moments, stopping, removing your hands, and letting them choose whether or not they're going to stay or whether they want to walk away and find out something else to do. That's a consent test. That also means not asking them to meet every single person, and ideally not asking them to meet anyone directly. That means new people tossing treats over to them rather than asking them to come in for those treats, giving them the opportunity to still receive the treats, still receive the reward, but do so from what they've judged to be a safe distance. And then lastly, celebrating any little wins, any connection that your dog offers you, any moment where you see them be a little bit brave, you see them coming out of their shell. We're setting a foundation for a life together. And that can sometimes mean that things get a little bit scary or things get a little bit overwhelming. And you might see that. And when you see that, it's not the end of the world. It just means you need to pull back a little bit, give your dog some distance, give them the chance to do something else. And instead, the next time you're in that similar situation, look for changes in your dog. Look for, are they responding to you more quickly if you're cueing them? Are they looking to you? Are they engaging with you? Any of those little tiny wins pays dividends as they grow older. So this video is one of my favorites. This is one of the dogs, one of my board and trained dogs, longtime board and trained dogs, Lucy, and it's the first time that she's working in front of a dog park. She used to not be able to be within sight of a dog without a major reaction. So this is actually not even a little win. This is a huge win for her. And yes, she's absolutely still on edge. She's absolutely still geared up, and you can see the little legs of the dog who's approaching. We're standing outside a dog park, so there's several dogs in that yard. There's one or two who were very interested in what we were doing. And just that she was able to stand here and quietly take treats is an enormous win for her. And actually, each of the dogs that were featured in here, even when they're my own, each of these that were featured in here are being featured when they are fairly new to their families. So going back to the first slide, there was Riz as a puppy as he got used to our family, Calpurnia, who was a puppy board and train I had recently, Fig, who was featured doing her muzzle training when she was very new to my home, and Miss Lucy, who was new to her home when she came and stayed with me for the first time. And last but not least, this is Theo, who was also a puppy from a rescue and very new to his family the first time I saw him. Practically, you want to look for, rather than looking to schedule these long training sessions with your dog, look for small moments throughout the day. Look for natural moments throughout the day. Reward moments when they offer engagement, when they solicit attention, when they show you what skills maybe they already know. Do they offer a sit before going out the door or before their food bowl comes down? Reward them for this. And with that might mean with treats, that might mean with attention, that might mean with access to the yard or access to a chew. Think about all of the things that this dog wants and wants to work for. Now is the time to kind of see, what do they most enjoy? So when you dive into more complex training, you do have a concept of what their favorite treats are, what their favorite rewards are, which ones do they not really care about. And you can jump into those more complex behaviors, those harder behaviors, with a good plan of how to get those behaviors and how to effectively reward those behaviors. Watch their body language throughout. There is a free webinar on body language on this YouTube page that you can go and check out, or look for resources like Doggy Language by Lily Chin is a phenomenal book that I think every dog owner should have. Has wonderful illustrations of how to interpret dogs' body language, and also respecting their comfort zone. So in part of that, allowing their choice. If they do choose to move away, let them move away. If they found a bed that they particularly like, or they like to retreat into their crate, let that be their space and let them come out of their space to you. And watch out for everything all at once. It is so hard when you have a new dog, especially if you're excited for all of the things that you want to do with them. Things are going to change. Things are going to take time. There is a lengthy decompression period and a lengthy getting to know you period when a new dog comes home. And that's whether they're a puppy, whether they're an adolescent, whether they're an adult or a senior. They have a whole world to adjust to. So rather than jumping into everything all at once, focus on these little things, focus on these little wins, and build that trust and foundation. So when they are ready for it, they're also ready for you. If you enjoyed this controlled chaos, please do like and subscribe. The next episode will be setting the stage for success, talking about environment management and prevention, and avoiding creating bad habits in your new dog in the first place, so you don't have to solve for them later on. You can also reach me at my website, by email, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm also on Substack, and all of those descriptions are right there on the board. And lastly, you have this cute little picture of Anthony, who is another new rescue who came in just doing fantastic right out the gate with his people in my reactivity classes. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time.